The story of why Fawlty Towers ended after only 12 episodes almost feels like a legend whispered through the corridors of television history. A quiet mystery tucked behind the laughter. How could a show so sharp, so influential, so brilliantly chaotic disappear after such a brief run? The truth lies in a fragile balance of personal turmoil, artistic obsession, and an unspoken fear of ruining something extraordinary. When John Cleese and Connie Booth first created the show, they were partners in life and creativity, writing with a kind of energy that comes from shared vision and shared dreams. But by the time the series reached its second chapter, their marriage had dissolved, leaving behind an emotional shadow that seeped into the writing room. They continued as professionals, but every script carried the weight of a relationship that was no longer what it once had been. At the same time, the two were perfectionists of a rare kind. Writers who would spend weeks torturing over single scenes, reshaping every gag until it hit with absolute precision. This wasn't a show built on improvisation or quick production. It was carefully engineered chaos, the kind that demanded endless shaping. As the series gained fame, the world expected even more brilliance, and that expectation became its own kind of pressure cooker. The BBC wanted more seasons, more episodes, more Basil Fawlty. But Clay understood the danger of success. Once a show grows too big, it risks collapsing under its own expectations. Playing Basil itself came with a heavy price. The character's manic energy, explosive temper, and constant physicality left Cleels exhausted after every shoot. It wasn't simply acting. It was a performance that drained him emotionally and physically. Connie Booth, meanwhile, felt a pull toward new creative horizons, toward work that didn't lock her into a single identity or partnership. Together, they saw the truth that many creators ignore. Greatness doesn't always grow. Sometimes it fades when stretched too thin. And so instead of pushing forward into mediocrity, they made a decision that shocked the industry but preserved their legacy. They ended the show on their own terms. No dragged-out seasons, no slow decline, no weakening of the magic. What remained was a perfect dozen episodes, each polished, each memorable, each untouched by the erosion that so often plagues long-gunning series. Ending the show early transformed it into something rare. A masterpiece without a single dull edge, a sitcom that arrived, dazzled, and vanished before it could stumble. And that is the hidden truth behind Fawlty Towers. It didn't end because it failed, but because its creators refused to let it become anything less than legendary.